Welcome to the sports news around the world. Let's hear the headlines first. Bayern to resume training for the next season. Disappointed O'Keefe quits first-class cricket after NSW snap. Pressure grows for shortened IPL behind closed doors. English Premier League calls off May restart. Lionel Messi's private plane forced to make emergency landing. And Suarez hurt by criticism of Barca players' pay cut delay. These were the headlines. Let's jump to the details news now. Bayern Munich said on Sunday that players will return to training on Monday for the first time since the Bundesliga was suspended due to coronavirus. Bayern led to the table by 4 points when the season was halted on March 13. The Bayern Munich first team will return to training in small groups from Monday, April 6, said a statement from the club. This will be done in coordination with government policy and the relevant authorities. It goes without saying that all hygienic regulations will be strictly observed. German Football League officials had already advised a break in training until Sunday at the earliest. Bayern said that training will be held in private with no members of the public allowed. In order to further slow the spread of the coronavirus, Bayern asks fans to continue to follow the instructions of the authorities and therefore please do not come to the Bayern training ground, added the statement. More than 1,300 people have died in Germany from the coronavirus. Australia's Steve O'Keefe, whose 12 wickets for 70 runs against India in a 2017 test remains the best figures of a visitor spinner, quit first-class cricket on Sunday after New South Wales opted not to retain him. O'Keefe was the leading wicket-taker among spinners in the recent Sheffield Shield season, which triggered speculation about a possible test recall for the 35-year-old. He said, "I was disappointed when I was told that I was not getting a contract, but I respect and accept the decision. So I have decided to retire from first-class cricket." O'Keefe said it had been a privilege to play for the country and to captain his state. He would miss the camaraderie the most, he added. "When I think about my time playing cricket, that's what I will miss most," added O'Keefe, who will continue to play for Sydney Sixers in the T20 Big Bash League. One of the 13 spinners Australia have employed to fill the void left by Shane Warne's 2017 exit, O'Keefe played 9 tests between 2014 to 2017 and claims 35 wickets. 12 of them came in the 2014 Pune Test alone, where he claimed 6 wickets in each innings to help Australia to a comprehensive victory. He is one of the most successful spinners ever play for New South Wales, which earned him Australia selection and captaincy for the Blues, New South Wales chief executive said. On behalf of Cricket New South Wales, I'd like to thank Steve for his great service to New South Wales and Australia cricket, he added. Players are putting pressure on cricket authorities to plan a shortened T20 IPL league later in the year to kickstart the sports economy after the coronavirus lockdown. The world's richest cricket tournament has been postponed until April 15, which coincides with the end of the India's 21st day nationwide shutdown to halt the spread of the pandemic. But with the number of cases and deaths rising and India isolated for international travel, few believe any sport will be possible in the subcontinent for at least 3 months. "Let's say July-August is the earliest," said Kevin Peterson, the former England batsman. "I do truly believe the IPL should happen. I think every single player around the world is desperate to play the IPL," he said on India broadcaster Star Sports. Peterson suggested the 8-team tournament be shortened from its normal 8-week duration and played behind the closed doors. There could be a way in which to get some money into the franchises, into the economy by having a situation where you use maybe three venues which are completely closed to fans, said Peterson. And the players can still go out and play the tournament in 3 weeks or in 4 weeks. I think the fans need to understand that they cannot watch a live game at the moment and they might not be able to watch a live game for the foreseeable situation and future. The league is a huge revenue earner for the Board of Control for Cricket in India (BCCI) and is estimated to generate more than 11 billion for the Indian economy. Chinese mobile phone maker Vivo paid 330 million to be the league's top sponsor for 2018 and 2022. Former Indian batsman Sanjay Manjrekar said the league, which involves stars such as England's Ben Stokes, David Warner and Pat Cummins of Australia and Indian captain Virat Kohli, will inject the life into the virus-ravaged economy. The moment we get clearance from all the authorities that matter, the IPL should happen only because it will kickstart the economy, said the Cricket Turner commentator. Due to coronavirus fears, England's top-tier football division Premier League will not resume play in early May. The league will not resume at the beginning of May, and the 2019 and 20 season will only return when it is safe and appropriate to do so, the league said on its website Friday after a shareholders meeting. In mid-March, all professional football matches in England were called off to stem the virus spread. The league also said, as the clubs are being squeezed financially by the pandemic, Premier League clubs will seek 30% salary reductions for all the players. The league also unanimously voted to advance funds for £125 million to support lower divisional clubs. As part of the fight against the pandemic, the Premier League will also give £20 million to back the National Health Service. After first appearing in Wuhan, China in December, the novel coronavirus has spread to at least 181 countries and regions. Data compiled by the US Johns Hopkins University shows worldwide infections surging past 1 million with nearly 57,000 deaths. And nearly 224 million people have recovered. Lionel Messi's private plane had to make an emergency landing at Brussels airport on Friday morning after problems with the landing gear were detected. It is not clear whether the Barcelona star was on board at the time, but the aircraft touched down en route to Toronto at 9:10 a.m., according to Belgian outlet. 90 minutes later, it is said to have taken off again, before turning back and returning to the Belgian capital. Messi bought the plane 2 years ago for a fee of £13 million and had his shirt number 10 painted on the tail, as well as including the names of his children, wife and himself on the steps of the entrance staircase. Brussels Airport has refused to comment on the incident due to GDPR litigation. Messi has been in typically outstanding form this season, with six-time Ballon d'Or winner scoring 19 goals and creating 12 assists in 22 La Liga matches before the campaign was suspended due to the ongoing coronavirus crisis. Uruguay star Luis Suarez complained on Thursday that he has been hurt by criticism of him and fellow millionaire Barcelona players for the time it took to agree to pay cuts to help out the other clubs' employees. Argentina superstar Lionel Messi announced on Monday that Barcelona players had agreed to a 70% pay cut and to make contributions to ensure the club's non-playing staff could be paid in full during the state of alarm in Spain caused by the coronavirus pandemic. Footballers across Europe's top leagues have come under the fire as some clubs have been cuts to their non-playing staffs or the salaries, while many wealthy players have yet to see their incomings affected. He said it hurts because we were the first to want to reach an agreement. We know the situation the club is in, the situation the world is in right now, and it was a minimum detail. But people have said things like us players did not want to give in, that the basketball and handball players came to an agreement and we didn't. We hadn't come to an agreement because we were waiting to find the best solution for the club and to our benefit and trying to help the employees. In announcing the agreement, Messi had directed a thinly veiled swipe at the Barca board, led by President Josep Maria Bartomeu, whom he accused of undermining the players and during the recent negotiations. His lengthy Instagram post was shared by a slew of teammates including Suarez.